Welcome to Brit and Poland. Today, I am going to be having an interview with Magda, who is, let's say, one of my main contacts with the My Polish Language School, the school that I've been learning Polish with for the last year or so. So, Magda, I will turn over to you. Can you just tell people a little bit about yourself? Where you're from, like I don't know. Good question, actually. You know,
Okay.
make it up.
Uh, Thank you for having me, first of all, here. Like you said, my name is Magda, and I'm the owner of my Polish language school. That's a small language school of the Polish language online. We mostly have lessons online. I've been teaching Polish as a foreign language for, I think, I counted it today, 8 years. And yes, and I decided also to expand a little lately, and that's why I have three lovely teachers of Polish on board with me at the moment. And I live in the south of Poland. It's in Silesia region,
Hmm.
very close to the border with Czech Republic. Like
Ah.
it's like 15 minutes from here to Czech Republic.
Hmm.
So this is like a little very interesting part of Poland because it's like a mix of people here from Germany because it used to be a German city before, and a little bit of influence of Czech as well, and Poland. So I've been always living in a place which is like a melting pot a little, which I like, and that's why I think I love working with foreigners, talking to them about their countries and their experience, and yeah, that's basically me.
Okay. So, so, okay. So you say you've been teaching, Polish for a long time now. What was your a main inspiration? So you say that you were surrounded by, these different cultures, but what was it specifically that said, you know what, I want to teach Polish to people?
Oh, it's a long story, but I'll try to make it short. I studied linguistics, and it was like mostly English, but it was also with elements of Polish, of the Polish language. Like we were taught translation between switching between English and Polish and analyzing the elements of both languages. It was like comparative studies, and I love that. That was my first love. Like, wow, like there are totally different languages, but at the same time, you can find some similarities, and you can try to explain, for example, Polish to an English speaking person by using this trick or that because you understand how both languages work, and that was my first fascination. And later on, I also had a chance during my studies to be a volunteer and teach some students who came to our university from Sri Lanka and India to study, and I started teaching them Polish. And I didn't have any experience at that time, but I loved that. I don't know, I just had fun with them, and like trying to be creative how to explain my language to them. And I think that was the first sparkle. Like I thought maybe I could be a teacher, or better like a teacher of the Polish language, and that was my first the first moment when I thought about it. But later on, when I graduated, I just went to work somewhere else. I worked in a travel agency for a moment, but I don't know. I had that in the back of my mind all the time, that I loved the time when I taught those students from Sri Lanka and India, and I wanted to get back to it somehow. So I just sent my CV to a language school to teach English. First of all, that was my first idea because I didn't think that so many people wanted to learn Polish at that time, because it was like 8 years ago and I lived in a small town. So there were not really lots of people from abroad here. So yeah, that's I started teaching English, and I just convinced myself somehow that I love that teaching in general. And that's why later on I thought about teaching Polish, but I said, how will I do that? Like, there are no expats here, no other foreigners in my town, really, apart from those people who have some German or Czech roots, but they are
Mhm.
basically like half Polish, half other nations. And I just found a website where I could teach online, and I registered there. I sent my CV, and they accepted me, and that's how the adventure started.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And, okay, so you took this experience of teaching, and then you decided to branch out and start my Polish language school. So, what was that journey like? So, you've had to, employ a few people to work in the school alongside you, and what were some of the challenges you had with that?
With hiring people.
Well, with starting the school, and
Okay. Okay. Hmm. I think at the very beginning, like usually all companies, we struggle with lack of clients because no one knows you. So it's like you need to promote yourself. You don't know how. Um, I'm not very good at social media. I mean, I don't know. I like talking to people, but this kind of like creating content nonstop is a little bit tiring and daunting. So I just try to maybe rather find a website where I could just, like I said, upload my photo and my like CV, curriculum, and that's how it started. So at the first, I didn't have many clients, but because of first clients I got and their feedback on the website, I I got more and more clients, which was very good. And I was like in the ranking of that website, I was getting higher and higher. So, but of course, it was quite slow at first. So that was the biggest struggle at the beginning. And now there are different challenges, of course, because working with people and organizing everything, it's a bit challenging. Um, but yeah, I think I enjoy the process now. Like every, this part of hiring people and also like finding students for them, it's a little bit challenging still, and I'm
Mhm.
learning all these things. But I like it because it's teaching me new skills as well to be a manager somehow, and
Oh, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, and of course, in the description of the video, I will put a link to the website and to the Facebook page. Um, I actually discovered your school because it was recommended to me by one of your students. Because I kind of bit the bullet. I knew I had to start learning Polish, and my friend Elena basically said, "Well, I'm with this school; they're very good. So why don't you give them a go?" And I've never looked back since.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm very grateful to Elena that she recommended as it. That's great. Yeah, I think this is always the best source of new clients that someone recommends, right?
Oh, of
Your
course.
business, of course. So.
And where are your clients? Like, are most of them based in Poland, or do you have people all over the world? Where they're from? What's that
Mhm.
like?
Oh, at first, I mostly I had clients who lived abroad in their countries, but they
Mm,
wanted to speak Polish, which was very interesting for me to find out.
mhm.
Now I think it's a mix, but I would say that probably 60-70% of them are based in Poland, so they live here. Yes. But I also have clients, I mean, students who still live in their countries like Australia and the United States and Canada, and they have some kind of, for example, Polish origin, and because of their maybe their grandparents were from there, from Poland, and they just want to now like reconnect to the country and learn the language
I
of
see.
their ancestors. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I get a number of people from my channel in a similar situation where, their parents or their grandparents are from Poland, and so they like to kind of see where they're from. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
that's a big thing with genealogy and people trying to get in touch with their roots now.
Exactly.
And so okay, so you've mentioned like Canada, US. Australia. Do you get people from like many other countries? Anything from like Asia or Middle East or anything like that?
We have one group of students from Asia. They are girls, and one of them is from Vietnam, one of them is from the Philippines, and one
Hmm.
of them is from Japan. And
Wow.
they work together, and I don't know, they're great, I think. They communicate quite easily because they are. I don't want to say that this is the same culture, but maybe they understand each other better than people from Europe and from Asia. And because of that, this is a really nice group, and they're doing really like they're making progress. On I mean this on the same level. Like I'm trying to say that they're making progress together somehow. Call it this way. Um, Apart from that, most of our students are from Europe, from the
Hmm.
UK, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal.
Wow.
Um, yes, I think those countries, most of
That's a good
them.
range.
Yes, and the US. Yes, the US.
Okay, so to talk about your the courses yourself, because of course you have all of your own material. So God knows how many PDFs I've got access to already. But like um, all of this is designed by yourselves, I assume, and like you came up with the syllabus and the course structure and everything yourself, right? Was that like all spontaneous, or was that like based on, I don't know, like how do you start with something like that?
When we opened our first group, I just thought that learning in a group and online requires a little bit different kind of exercises and tasks than just opening a book. I didn't want everyone to buy a book and just like, please open your books on page 20, for example. I just thought it's much easier to show and present everything on the screen, but at the same time, I feel books are okay, of course, but for doing some exercise to choose one, this one and that one, but not everything like one by one, like going one by one. So I thought it's much better to have some kind of very nice visual materials as like pictures and a short sentence only that allows you to just to see more clearly, for example, one element we are practicing at the
Mhm.
moment, right? Not like chaotic, what should I look at? Like it's too many phrases, too many pictures, and so on. So I just uh, transform somehow the most important things from all these books into those simple slides
Mhm.
that you can just follow easier, I think.
Yeah.
And
My favorite part, I have to be honest, is like the interactive exercises. So it's
yes,
like, drag the correct word to the right box and that kind of thing. I don't know. I love gamification. So
I think most of our students love that part. Yes, they all say that this is the best part. And I agree. I love that personally. I love that too. That's why I think it works because when you feel it, when a teacher feels that, he or she can just what do you call it? Like put it on their students, right? Pass it off on their students, I think. So,
definitely. And okay, so what would you say are your key tips for anyone who is going to learn Polish? Where's a good place to start? What are some good things to have in mind? Like,
mhm.
what would you recommend?
Yeah, I think it's good to everyone to realize how we learn, but at the beginning we don't know that. So we need to explore a little and to be patient with this exploration a little because some people start from Duolingo or those apps which are very popular, but at the same time, I think you said that too, that
Mm,
it teaches you like vocabulary, but it doesn't give you any context, broader context or pronunciation. You can't talk to someone. So most of my students, even who start with those apps, they end up with lessons because they want to have someone who controls the process of learning, who tells them, oh, this is the right thing to do, and this is not really, you don't need it now, just put it away for a moment. And you can also talk to someone, and someone can check your pronunciation. So for most students, this is the best way. And personally, I've been learning French now, and I also take classes because I believe this is the thing that works best for me. Because I know that I have to be in the class, like this is the time I should do it, and no excuse. It's like someone is waiting for me. I shouldn't cancel the last moment. But it's also motivating when you have someone who can just, you meet at a certain time, certain hour. So I think it's one of the best things. However, I understand that if someone wants to try by themselves, also I think it's very crucial. What's crucial is to listen a lot to simple podcasts. Yeah, like YouTube videos maybe, but something simple. Because if you start from something really advanced, you'll be discouraged soon.
Oh,
So yeah,
yes.
so that's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely baby steps with Polish for
Yeah,
sure. Like, yeah,
and
don't think
lots
you're
of
going
patience. Sorry to interrupt.
to. Brilliant.
That's
Okay.
for sure. And by the way, I've created something like a PDF with like with some source website you can use for learning Polish, and basic podcasts for different levels. And so if anyone is interested in that, we can also maybe put a link under this video,
Hmm.
and they can download it if they wish, if they want
Yeah,
to.
perfect. Yeah, no, I'd love to. If you could send me the link to that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So coming back to you a bit more. So obviously, you've been born in Poland. Have you lived in Poland your whole life, or did you ever live abroad?
And we can say that all life, because I only lived in Spain, but it was only 3 months, and I lived in Australia for 3 months, but
Nice.
doesn't really count, I think.
And okay, so what do you love most about Poland? Like, because there's a reason that you've stayed here. Obviously, you have your husband, so you've got your family life. But what is it that you really love about your country?
hmm that's a good question, I think. Um, I love our traditions, first of all. I think we really cherish our traditions, and we are proud of them. For example, Christmas Eve. I think it's unusual. It's something exceptional compared to other countries.
Definitely.
Some small things like today is the Tłusty Czwartek, the first
Hmm.
donut day, as some people call it. Yes, exactly.
I still have one donut left.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, exactly. That we eat like donuts. I don't know if other countries have that tradition.
We have something similar. We have pancakes, but we do it like next Tuesday rather than today. So,
Tuesday. Okay. So.
similar origins. It's all about Lent and using up the food before you go fasting
Mhm.
and that kind of thing.
Yes. But at the same time, for example, we also have this All Saints Day, which is a little bit sad, I know, but at the
Mm.
same time beautiful, I think. That you
I,
don't
I
have.
agree. I completely agree. I think I've been to like Pavonsky Cemetery, for the last few years on All Saints Day, and it's quite moving to see all the
Mhm.
candles and the flowers, and it's just like a magical sight.
Mhm. Yeah, so these things make me, I don't know, proud of Poles and my country, that we really cherish these things. Um, and I think we also, as a nation, we are very hardworking.
Hmm.
Maybe we haven't learned yet how to work smart, but I think we have a very nice attitude towards work and trying to get somewhere, like achieve something. Not
Oh,
even
definitely.
at work, but like in general in life. For example,
I can safely
yeah.
say that the colleagues I've had in Poland have been not only incredibly hardworking, they've been very diligent, and they approach things in a very intelligent way. And I have some incredibly intelligent Polish friends here that I absolutely love to discuss just about anything with. Um, and like, I find it easier to talk to people in this country. The people are kind of more open to talking, and there seems, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm British, but they seem to be less argumentative with me.
I see. But yeah, I would agree with you. Exactly. I think we are very like people who really are open-minded. We try to always improve, and it's not only about work, like I said before, but also improve our knowledge about the world. To I don't know. It's like improving everything in our life. It's like constant. We cannot stop. We are
Mm.
relentless. Like
I see that, and
Mhm,
like I'm impressed by like the general level of health in Poland. Like people look after themselves very well.
mhm.
They eat a lot more healthily. I mean, okay, they drink a lot, but you know,
Oh, I
I
don't
don't mind
personally,
that
so it
aspect.
depends. Mhm. So
And
maybe,
okay, so I
yeah.
guess last question for you:
Mhm.
what are some of your favorite places in Poland?
Oh, it's a nice one. I don't know if I can name my favorite places, but I also been to Podlasie and this like northern, no, east, northern east, eastern part.
Hmm.
Did I say it right in English? I hope so.
Yeah, yeah, northeast, yeah.
So this is a place which is like remote a little from those big cities, and you can really feel there this real like heart of Poland. I don't know, soul of Poland, like little villages, colorful houses, lots of nature around, beautiful nature around, national parks, and those storks,
Oh yeah,
those
the stalks, yeah.
yeah, which are the symbol of Poland somehow, even if we don't have it in our emblem, national emblem. But yeah, we do have lots of stores there, so definitely recommend to everyone. And it's not very touristic still. I think like you don't feel you don't have lots of people around, which is great. Um, and apart from that place, um, and apart from big cities, which are obviously very nice, like Krakow, I love Krakow, for example. I lived there for 4 years,
Oh.
and this is one of my favorite places also in Poland. But it's because I'm sentimental, nostalgic about it. I think also this region where I live is really interesting, because people very often think about Silesia as a dirty part of Poland, where there are mines only and nothing else.
Oh,
And
yeah, fair. There isn't a big industrial history. It's kind of like the southwest of England. But I personally love Silesia. In fact, one of my most popular videos is about Bielsko Białe.
oh yes, it's in the mountains. Yes, it's like a um, mountains and nature, and at the same time a little bit of this Silesian vibe. So yes, I love this place too. This could be also really nice. And also those like old mines transformed into museums or yeah like touristic trails that you can visit underground.
And yeah, this is one aspect have barely touched, and I need to go back to do that because you've got like underground waterways and things where you can ride a boat that
Exactly.
people have told me about. And
Hmm.
I went to one museum in Czestochowa that had like an old iron mine or something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's definitely like there's more for me to see.
Yeah,
But
they're really nice places. Sorry.
But
Go
brilliant. But I was just going to say, thank you, very much for your time today. You can also catch the reverse of this video on Instagram, where Magda is interviewing me about my experiences in Poland. So if you're curious about that, then check out it's my Polish language course on Instagram, right? I'll put the link.
My Polish course.
My Polish course, sorry. So my Polish course on Instagram. So I'll share the link to that in the description as well. So you have a whole load of links to enjoy. But again, Magda, very much appreciate the time today. It's been lovely to talk to you, and very much look forward to continuing lessons with your school. It's a really fun experience for me. And Anya, my teacher, is so lovely. I
Oh,
really love working with
you
her.
watching it? Yes. Thank you very much, Richard, for having me here. And like I said, it was really nice to talk to you. And actually, it was the first time I talked to you, like face to face, even online, but like I could see you. So it was great to meet you and see you.
Amazing. But again, thank you, and do zobaczenia.
Do zobaczenia, papa.
Pa, pa.